Okay, Kathryn, named to the all-tournament team in your first tournament as a Rebel. Talk about the big weekend you had.
I thought we all played really well together, and they were really encouraging. So it was my first time playing in a big SEC game, and I just owe everything to my teammates.
Were you nervous at all before this tournament started? How well you would perform?
I was a little nervous, but I just went out there with the mindset to play fearless and just do my best. Leave the rest up.
And playing alongside Thompson, playing alongside Blair, two players that have been here before. You know, what things did they tell you? What things did they teach you to help you out there?
They see a lot of things that I haven't seen yet because I don't know all the things that they know, and they just tell me what to do, and they just coach me along and help me do the best I can.
Now, were you nervous at all coming into Ole Miss, knowing you playing in the SEC, and knowing that you're gonna have to fill some big shoes? Were you nervous at all about just coming here to play volleyball?
I was a little nervous, but they made it a really accepting environment, and they were helping, and it made it really easy of a transition.
What things do you feel you have to work on to get better? You did some great things throughout the tournament. Finished with 26 kills, right behind Claire, the tournament MVP. But what other aspects of the game you feel like you need to get better at?
I feel like I can get better in a lot, my overall game, but I feel like I need to get better in blocking specifically, and I need to get a more consistent serve and just be more confident on the court.